First, welcome to our deep dive on the 5% debt dilemma. We will unpack whether you should pay off a moderate interest auto loan or keep strong cash reserves. To set expectations, we will compare liquidity versus guaranteed returns, and we will close with a practical hybrid strategy that balances safety and progress. Stick around for quizzes and clear frameworks so you can leave with a confident plan. Next, here is the roadmap. We will start with the core conflict, emphasize the case for liquidity, and then weigh guaranteed returns against opportunity cost. After that, we will introduce a hybrid plan, follow with diagrams and timelines to visualize decisions, test your understanding with quizzes, and finish with key takeaways and clear next steps. Now let's frame the conflict. On one side, cash reserves maintain your family's safety, ensure flexibility, and reduce anxiety. On the other, paying off a 5% loan yields a guaranteed return by eliminating interest. Both choices seem rational, but they optimize for different risks. Liquidity defends against income shocks, while payoff defends against interest costs. The question is not whether either is good. It is which one best aligns with your risk exposure, time horizon, and emotional comfort right now. Moving on, the first pillar is liquidity. Maintain 6 to 12 months of living expenses in an emergency fund. This cash should be easily accessible and low risk. In uncertain economic environments, the cost of losing income is far greater than paying 5% interest on an auto loan. Liquidity buys time, choices, and resilience. It allows you to handle unexpected expenses or transitions without using high-cost credit. A loan near 5% may feel annoying, but it is generally tolerable debt, particularly if it does not impede retirement savings, insurance coverage, or other long-term priorities. Preserve the safety net first. Furthermore, let's compare the two choices. Keeping cash maximizes resilience and provides optionality. You can handle emergencies, make strategic job or life changes, and deploy funds into opportunities as they arise. The trade-off is that you continue to pay interest on the auto loan. Conversely, paying off a 5% loan is equivalent to a risk-free 5% return because you eliminate interest charges. This is financially neat, but it can reduce your ability to respond to emergencies if it drains your cash. The right choice depends on your buffer, stability, and stress tolerance. Consequently, this flowchart guides you step by step. It begins with the emergency fund threshold. If you do not yet have 6 to 12 months saved, you prioritize building cash and make minimum payments. If you do, we examine job stability and how payoff would impact your cash buffer. When payoff would drop reserves below your safety threshold, the hybrid path is recommended. If your income is very stable and payoff does not impair liquidity, we compare the interest rate to your safe yield. If the rate advantage is large, payoff wins. Otherwise, we consider mental stress. High stress points to the hybrid approach. Low stress favors maintaining liquidity and investing the surplus. Meanwhile, let's weigh returns and opportunity cost. Paying off a 5% loan is like earning a risk-free 5% because you remove certainty of future interests. However, compare this to what your cash already earns in high-yield savings or money market funds. If your safe yield is close to 5%, the gap narrows and the value of liquidity rises. Also consider taxes and inflation. After tax, real returns can shift the balance. Opportunity cost is crucial. Once you deploy cash to debt, you might miss an investment window or face a life event without adequate funds. Finally, account for emotional returns. Reducing anxiety has real value. Next, here is a simple comparison. Paying off now saves the most interest immediately, but can leave you vulnerable if it drains reserves. Keeping cash preserves flexibility and lowers the chance of a shortfall, but you continue to pay interest. The hybrid plan keeps your emergency fund intact while accelerating principal payments. Over time, you still save substantial interest, maintain flexibility, and usually experience better psychological comfort. This is why the hybrid approach often fits real-life risk management. After that, here is the step-by-step hybrid plan. First, set a hard rule to protect your emergency fund, ideally 6 to 12 months of expenses. Second, automate the minimum payment to avoid penalties. Third, schedule a principal-only payment each month, aiming for 1.5 to 2 times the required payment if cash flow allows. Fourth, round up with a fixed extra amount to build consistency. Fifth, Use windfalls to reduce principal, but never drop below your cash floor. Sixth, confirm with your lender how to tag extra payments as principal to ensure the amortization shortens properly. Seventh, refinance only when fees are low and the net benefit is clear. Eighth, track progress so you remain motivated. Finally, once the loan is eliminated, redirect the freed cash flow to your next priorities. In addition, this pie chart shows a sample allocation of monthly surpluses. 40% goes to extra principal payments, 30% to investing, 20% to additional buffer savings, and 10% to discretionary spending. The exact proportions will vary, but this visual emphasizes balancing faster payoff with wealth building and maintaining cash flexibility. Moreover, this timeline compares the standard payment path to an accelerated path with extra principal payments. The standard schedule finishes near month 60, while the accelerated schedule with consistent extra payments can finish around months 36 to 40. Milestones at months 12 and 24 indicate faster principal reduction. The earlier payoff reduces total interest and frees cash flow sooner, which you can then reallocate to investments or other goals. Now here is a quick on-screen checklist. Use it to validate your decision. Confirm your emergency fund level. Determine whether a payoff would drop you below the cash floor. Compare your safe yield to the loan's interest rate. Consider income volatility. Assess whether a hybrid plan would reduce stress without sacrificing safety. And verify the lender's process for principal-only payments. Next, quick quiz time. The question is, before considering a lump sum payoff of a 5% auto loan, what should be true first? Option A, you can refinance to a slightly lower rate. Option B, you have 6 to 12 months of living expenses in liquid reserves. Option C, the market is up this month. Option D, you dislike seeing debt on your statement. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. Now, the correct answer is B. You should have 6 to 12 months of living expenses in liquid reserves before considering a lump sum payoff. This ensures that a future emergency does not force you into high-cost borrowing or create financial stress immediately after the payoff. Next, another quick quiz. Which statement about opportunity cost is most accurate in this context? Option A, opportunity cost only applies to risky investments. Option B, paying off debt has no opportunity cost because it is guaranteed. Option C, using cash to pay off debt may cause you to miss investments or reduce flexibility. Option D, opportunity cost is irrelevant if you dislike debt. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. Now, the correct answer is C. Opportunity cost is about the value of the next best alternative. Using cash to pay off debt can reduce your ability to invest or respond to life events, which is a real and often underestimated cost. Before we wrap up, please note this important disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute personalized financial advice. Your circumstances, goals, and risk tolerance are unique. Interest rates, market yields, taxes, and lender terms change over time. So confirm current information and, when appropriate, consult a qualified fiduciary advisor before making decisions. Finally, here are the key takeaways. First, prioritize liquidity by maintaining 6 to 12 months of expenses in cash. Second, recognize that paying off a 5% loan is a guaranteed win, but liquidity and flexibility also have concrete value. Third, when uncertain, the hybrid approach allows you to keep reserves intact while accelerating principal payments. Fourth, consider both numerical returns and emotional well-being. Fifth, when the loan is finished, redirect the payment to long-term investing or other goals to build wealth. To conclude, build on a strong cash foundation, compare your loan rate to safe yields, and choose a plan that preserves flexibility. Use the hybrid approach if payoff would compromise your reserves. Visualize your decisions with the provided flowcharts and timelines. Automate your payments and review progress regularly. This steady, balanced method keeps you protected while moving decisively toward debt freedom and wealth building. As a final note, thank you for watching. If you found value here, please like the video, share it with someone who is weighing a similar decision, and subscribe for more practical guides. Tell us in the comments whether you are choosing liquidity, payoff, or the hybrid plan, and why. Your experiences can help others make better choices.